Hello, I'm John with Pig Dog Pictures. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're continuing our trip through Disneyland Paris. We'll be exploring Fantasyland today. We have quite a few places to stop, and unfortunately due to time, quite a few that we couldn't make time for, but there's a lot to see in Fantasyland.
You want to see the curious labyrinth? If you do, the entrance is back here.
It's not something we have in the United States.
One of the things that you won't find in the States is Alice's Curious Labyrinth. Hope you enjoy this. We certainly did.
Oh, that breeze feels real nice.
Which way? A lot of different paths.
Hello.
What I found fun about this area was all of the little Disney Alice in Wonderland characters that you'll see throughout the area. The goal of the labyrinth is to get to that castle in the middle. And it takes a while. Look at all the contrails in the sky. Planes going every which way. It was a beautiful day. Started out cool, and by mid-afternoon we were removing our outer garments. We were getting close. We thought, well, we're almost there. But think again, it took a few more minutes.
Venez un peu par ici. Qu'on vous tranche la tête.
This was interesting. I don't know why she was all boarded up. She was moving. As you can see, she had turned around. Getting closer. We finally made it.
That was an 11-minute walk.
The amount of people inside going up all of the little staircases to the upper floors, it was packed. The girls didn't want to wait, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't either. So we came in, looked around. There I am, Muscle Beach. And we turned around and left. In hindsight, I should have waited and gone up and looked out over the park.
Hang up. Krista, stop up here in the shade on the right. I want to watch these guys go around for a minute. Yeah, this will work.
As you look off into the distance, you can see how large Fantasyland in Paris is. It just goes and goes.
Let's go in here and see if the giant's sticking his head in the nose, like he does at Disney World.
I was curious going in here to see if we'd see the giant's face sticking under the roof line. Up there's Pepper. Pepper, get out of here. Silly dog.
Well, I don't see him.
He's running around between the rooms with a bone in her mouth, probably trying to play keep away with her siblings. English Bull Terriers, they're a lot of fun. And that's the basis for the name of this channel, is Pig Dog Pictures. They do act like pigs at times. Squeal, white, pink bellies, the whole works. They're a lot of fun. All right, back outside. This castle, it sprawls in all directions. We were on a mission at this point in time to find the small room. Here comes Pepper again. Hi. All right, go play. Go on. All of those square trees around the castle, those were pretty wild looking.
I mean, you know, after all, it is a small world.
And as you can see up ahead, we made it. Yeah, the queue line went pretty quick this morning. We didn't have to wait a whole lot of time.
Getting close.
The music on this ride, It's a Small World, kept triggering the YouTube copyright restrictions. So unfortunately, I had to turn the audio off for most of the ride. I apologize for that. I found out that if I brought the audio level up just for a brief few seconds every now and then, it would not trip the copyright restrictions. Who doesn't love leprechauns? I was trying to figure out that dragon in the background. What land that is. If you think you know what land that dragon's from, leave me a comment. I found this area with the yodeling going on. It was hilarious. This place certainly is colorful. Now we're in India. Or at least I think it's India. I like those animals. Tiger. Egypt. Down under. Trying to figure out what that was. Looked like llamas, but I wasn't sure. Hockey, eh? Must be in Canada. I do enjoy a good game of hockey. Now we're getting back to the States. This room is certainly busy. There's a lot going on. Well, I hope you enjoyed It's a Small World. We certainly did. It's fun to see the differences between the two U.S. parks and this one here in Paris. All right, back out into the sunshine. Not quite sure where we're headed next. The fountain here is pretty on the exit queue. All right, see you on the outside.
Please keep your hands and arms inside the boat and remain seated
I found the windmills, the Dutch Holland, interesting. I'd like to make it up to Holland one day and see those windmills in person. This is the Storybook boat ride. Magic Kingdom does not have a boat ride like this. The first one I rode, or the only other one I've ridden, was in Disneyland in California. It was enjoyable, so we thought we'd try this one as well. You can see the Casey Jr. train off in the background.
There you go, guys. There's one.
Merci.
And the full-size train, waltz train.
We are in.
And we're off.
Bonjour et bienvenue au Pays des Contes de Fées. Pour votre sécurité et votre confort, veuillez rester assis pendant la durée du voyage, gardant vos mains et vos bras à l'intérieur des embarcations. Merci et bon voyage au Pays enchanté.
Well, like I said, we're here at Casey.
Not quite sure what the delay is, but we're moving again.
I'm putting at a stop now.
Yeah, okay.
What was it?
Wizard of Oz.
That's okay. I wasn't sure. Oh, we are back.
Well, that's the end of the ride. It was short. At least that's what my memory says when I think back about the boat ride in Disneyland. But it was still enjoyable. All right. Up next is Casey Jr.'s Tiny Train. This is always a hoot. I think I can.
Welcome aboard Casey Jr. Please remain seated in the cars and cages while the train is rolling.
that hill slowly. I think I can. I think I can. And just like that, we were back at the station.
Nous nous dirigeons vers la gare. Il nous reste assis jusqu'à la complète. Merci d'avoir joué des affaires personnelles et de descendre sur votre droite. Please remain seated until the train comes to a complete stop. Remember to gather up all your belongings and step out carefully through them.
Right. We are there.
Well, that was enjoyable. We've heard rumors of an upcoming parade, so we're headed to Main Street.
Oh, they're after us again.
And we've arrived. Enjoy the parade. Well, we hope you enjoyed the parade. We certainly did. Look at all the folks going back into the park. There were a lot of people here that day. I want to thank you all for coming along with us. We found this interesting shop. Not sure if anything in here is for sale, but a lot of neat old things to look at. Very interesting. I won't. Well, coming up in our next video will be the finale for the Disneyland Paris. We'll be riding Autotopia, and also we went to dinner in a Main Street upstairs in a Main Street diner. It was Waltz. I don't remember the name of it. I'll have to dig that out. But it was a nice restaurant. Come back and we'll wrap up this Disneyland Paris trip. Thanks again for watching. If you ever make it to Disneyland Paris, you'll have a good time. All right. Look at that. There's Pepper. Goodbye, y'all.